CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. We have new developments in the tragic boating accident that killed 2 young girls. It happened on Biscayne Bay after a barge crashed into a sailboat. The family of one of the victims arrived at Miami International Airport from Argentina. Their 7-year-old daughter was one of 5 campers aboard that sailboat. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner is at Jackson Memorial. That's where 2 of the girls are still fighting for their lives.
Members of the Miami Yacht Club, where those girls were going to camp, told me that the families are asking for privacy right now. The Yacht Club adding that they are closed indefinitely. This is 7-year-old Mila Yankelevich. She is one of the girls that died Monday morning when a barge crashed into the sailboat carrying 5 young sailing campers and their counselor. She is the granddaughter of Chris Morena and Gustavo Yankelevich, 2 prominent Argentinian media producers. They touched down in Miami Wednesday morning, but did not want to speak.
Know that we grieve with you. We will not take this lightly and we will not forget. We owe you answers and we are committed to finding them.
A 13-year-old girl also died. 2 other girls, ages 8 and 11, are in critical condition at Jackson Memorial Hospital. The Coast Guard said that everyone on the sailboat was wearing a life jacket at the time of the collision. And this video showing the crash is just one part of the investigation. They said they interviewed the captain of the barge as well.
We did do alcohol testing and we have conducted the chemical testing as well.
While the Coast Guard could not say who, by law, had the right-of-way on the water, multiple maritime experts told us it's the sailboat that had the right-of-way.
It says that the smaller vessel has the right-of-way and that a larger vessel must cede the right-of-way to a sailboat specifically.
We are working hard to get you those answers. Today, we did reach back out to the Coast Guard, but they told us that since their press conference, they have no new information to release. But of course, we will stay on top of this. For now, at Jackson Memorial Hospital, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
And now to the latest on a big weapons bust. We first brought you this as breaking news on CBS News Miami at noon. Chopper 4 was over the active scene. This is at Northwest 60th Avenue and 3rd Street. Miami police tell us they were conducting a probation check on a man, and that's when they found 3 live grenades and 2 long guns inside the home. Police had to sweep the house when they found the grenades. The suspect was taken into custody without incident.
Always tracking, always alerting. This is Next Weather.
All right, heat and humidity is on, making it feel even hotter.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's talk about it here, Naja, as we are looking for temperatures once again to soar into the low 90s. That's not really unusual for this time of year, but the humidity is creeping up. And today, another day where we did not have heat advisory criteria, but I think we may get into that as we head into tomorrow. Triple digits are going to be the rule. We're going to continue to see numbers between 102 to 105, and that is going to keep us very toasty the next few days without much in the next of rainfall here. There it goes. And some showers and storms during the afternoons could be approaching the western neighborhoods here or clipping them, but not going to be significant. Folks have been asking about the tropics and why it's been so quiet and if we don't have to worry about it. Well, you know the answer to that, right? We still are looking for an above average season. I know it has been quiet, and typically in the month of June, July, we get a little flare up towards the very early start of the season, and then things take a break as the Saharan plumes start coming from Africa here. Very quiet. Look at these tropical waves that we had, we talked about monitoring there. They've just been enveloped with some very dry air and really don't have much of a chance. Some may kind of continue moving to the west, but that's just going to be an increase in shower activity for folks there across the Lesser Antilles. And again, we've just lost a lot of the thunderstorms there. Now, typically, the ramp up to the peak of hurricane season doesn't really start till late July and early August, and that's when we start climbing and get to that peak of September 10th. Again tomorrow, so remember the threshold or the criteria, and it's set by the Weather Service, 105 for 2 consecutive hours. We haven't had that, but again, we'll be close tomorrow, so we may get a heat advisory. But as I've been saying daily, don't worry, don't wait for it, and just keep yourself hydrated, use common sense, and take those breaks if you're outside. It has been brutal in the afternoon because we haven't had had a lot of thunderstorms to cool us off. Triple digits as well for Miami-Dade County and down into the Florida Keys. We're looking at low 100s in the afternoon. Heat indices, the overnight feels like temperatures don't drop below typically 92, 93. So it's a head start already. So that's the forecast as we head through tomorrow. Now, as far as rain chances, I think we are down. We're at 20%. That's all we're going to manage, and that's mainly for some morning showers along the coast, because by the afternoon, the thunderstorms are long gone. They're pushing off towards the west as we check in on the forecast, and the Marlins are not playing on Saturday. I need to place that little chip right there because I'll be headed out Friday night. That'll be a good time, and then temperatures in the 90s for next week. Najah, I do think better rain chances are ahead for Wednesday and late next work week. Back to you.
We will keep the umbrellas handy, and we are in hurricane season. The Next Weather team is making sure that you are prepared. Scan the QR code and find all the tools you need to help you get ready. You can also find our 1-hour special. We have important information for you and your family this hurricane season. Just go to cbsmiami.com. And here's some good news. You won't have to pay taxes when you buy hurricane supplies anymore. The Disaster Preparedness Sales Tax holiday begins this Friday. It's now permanent statewide. Some of the items you can get tax-free are batteries, fuel tanks, generators, but also things like sunscreen and insect repellent. Hialeah Police are investigating after 2 people were found dead inside of an apartment. They were found Tuesday afternoon at the Atlantico Aquabella Apartments. That's in the area of Northwest 97th Avenue and 112th Street. Investigators have not said how they died or how long they have been dead inside the apartment. Once we learn any additional information, we will bring that to you. The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office responded to a shooting today. This is along Northwest 36th Place. MDSO tells us 1 man was shot. He is in stable condition at the hospital. They have not released any more information. Miami police need your help to find a missing woman. Take a look at your screen. This is 81-year-old Bennie Caldwell. She went missing in the Overtown area yesterday. She has black braids and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a black shirt and blue leggings with black shoes. Call Miami Police if you know where she is. We are keeping an eye on your money. The Federal Reserve announced it is holding interest rates steady again. This comes days after President Donald Trump made an unusual visit to the central bank, calling for a rate cut. The central bank decided to take a wait-and-see approach over inflation concerns and the president's tariff policy. The last rate cut was about 7 months ago. And now to the Trump presidency. The president says the August 1st deadline to implement new tariffs on trading partners could include one of America's largest allies in Asia. He says India's trade policies have been hurting America and helping fund a war. CBS News Miami's Erica Brown has more details from Washington.
President Trump says he's ready to impose a 25% tariff on India.
They sell a lot to us, but we don't buy from them. You know why? Because the tariff is so high. They have one of the highest tariffs in the world. Now they're willing to cut it very substantially, but we'll see what happens.
New Delhi says it will evaluate Trump's latest comments. The U.S. and India have held multiple rounds of trade talks, but have not come to an agreement.
We're talking to India now. We'll see what happens. It doesn't matter too much whether we have a deal or whether we charge them a certain tariff, but you'll know at the end of this week.
And he wants an additional penalty for India buying military equipment and oil from Russia, which President Trump says helps fund Russia's war with Ukraine. The president is also deflecting questions about Justice Department files related to Jeffrey Epstein.
It's getting to be very old news.
Senate Democrats announced they are invoking a little-known law to try to force the DOJ to release all Epstein documents by August 15th.
Under federal law, when any 5 senators on the Homeland Security Committee call on the executive branch must comply.
Republicans say the move is likely to trigger court challenges before the Trump administration complies. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
When we come back, it is day 1 of the annual 2-day lobster mini season. What you need to know before you head out on the water. And Marlins baseball will be back on CW Miami 33 this Friday night. Don't miss it as the Marlins take on the New York Yankees at Lone Depot Park. First pitch is set for 7:10. Watch for free on CW Miami 33. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Lobster mini season is underway in South Florida. It began at 12:01 this morning. CBS News Miami cameras were at the Crandon Park Marina after midnight. We captured boaters coming in and out all morning long. Many tell us it was a good night out on the water, and they were able to reach their quota.
Good, brother. We had a great night. Within an hour, we were done. You know, it's a blessing to be able to come out here and do this 2-man limit in under an hour, and good to go.
So here are some of the rules and regulations for lobster mini season. The lobster head length has to be at least 3 inches. Divers should have a measuring device with them to measure each lobster they pull from the water. Lobsters must remain whole until you reach shore. You can't crush the lobster's shells, and taking an egg-bearing female is prohibited. In Monroe County and Biscayne National Park, there is a 6 lobster per person limit per day. In other Florida waters, it is 12 per day per person. Important information you need to know: a saltwater fishing license and a lobster permit are required. Lobster mini season ends tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. We have some tough news out of Miami Dolphins training camp. Cornerback Kader Kohou is out for the season, and that's after suffering a knee injury in Saturday's practice. Miami coach Mike McDaniel says he will go on injured reserve. All of the Dolphins starters in the secondary are now gone. Do not forget, Camp Dolphins airs weeknights on CBS Miami. We give you a look at all the action and all the news coming out of Miami Gardens every day after the 11 p.m. news on CBS News Miami. And that all leads up to the first preseason game against the Chicago Bears on Sunday, August 10th at 1 o'clock, only on CBS News Miami. And that does it for your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.